Today I want to teach you how to make my coconut chicken red curry. It's a fusion of Thai and Indian curry, and it's the one that Gina and I used on Chopped, and we won, even though it was a bit spicy. I'll teach you how. I'm Mara Marie Cristiani, the Aerialist Chef. Let's get started. Today's curry is a fusion of Thai and Indian. Today I'm making a Daring plant-based chicken, but you can use regular chicken too. I'm also using a Maizri red curry paste. It's quite spicy, so you'll want to temper that, and then you'll want to add salt to taste because this is very salty as well. All right, I have quite a few spices here. Now, the most important thing you need is the curry paste and your curry powder. The rest of them, if you don't have them or you don't want to buy them, you can do without them. It just, there's more layers of flavor, okay? I'm using a Madras curry, which is quite spicy, and I'm using ground coriander, turmeric, which I love in the color, it makes it really nice. I'm using a smoked paprika. You can use regular, I just think smoked gives it a really nice flavor. I have fenugreek. If you're not familiar with it, it has a citrusy flavor to it and a little bit of bitter melon to it, and it's really nice in Indian dishes. All right, I think I told you ground coriander, right? And garam masala. Garam masala you don't need to use, but I think it adds a lot of flavor to this dish. So search it out in your Asian grocery stores and they'll have all of this a lot cheaper than your grocery store. I have our pan heating up, there's nothing in it. The first thing I want to do is toast our spices. So I'm going to dump all the spices I told you about, garam masala, smoked paprika. You want to move it so that they don't burn. And we're only going to do this just for 30 seconds before we add the oil. A lot of times I'll start with whole spices and then toast them and then grind them up. But I want this to be as accessible for you as possible. All right, that's it. You keep moving. You don't want to burn them because if you do, you got to start over. All right, that looks good. I'm going to add quite a bit of oil now. And then you notice how I keep stirring because I don't want my spices to burn anywhere in the pan. And clearly I need a faster oil dispenser. Meanwhile, back on the ranch. Okay. There we go. I'm going to throw in my ginger. Now I have finely chopped this up with a knife. You can grate it with a microplane too. I want to eat the ginger. A lot of times you can put ginger in really big pieces and then they fish them out. But I absolutely love ginger and it's so good for you. I'm going to throw in the onions that I've chopped up. And I just want to sweat the onions. And what that means is I don't really want color on them. I just want them to cook into the sauce and become translucent. All right, I can see I need to add a little bit of oil. I don't want a dry pan at all. As soon as it gets too dry, then I can burn my spices and you don't want that. It already smells really good. I'll go ahead and add peppers. Now, this recipe I'm giving you, you can alter it however you want. I'm just adding a bunch of vegetables that I found in the refrigerator. This is a great way to get rid of, you know, like a green pepper or a red pepper that's just sitting in the fridge. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in my garlic. I've sliced it. How you cut garlic, it'll taste different. If you slice it, it has one flavor. If you mince it, it has another flavor. If you squish it, it has a different flavor. It's most pungent when you slice it. Perfect. I have some eggplant here. I went to my local Middle Eastern market and that's where I buy all my spices because quite frankly, it's much cheaper. It's usually family run, so I like to give them the business. And you find things that you won't find anywhere else. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up some chopped tomato. The tomato will add a little bit of sauce to it. It's already smelling so good in here, you wouldn't believe it. All right, the next thing I want to do is add that Maizri red curry paste. And when Gina and I were on Chopped, I made curries all the time. I had never used this particular paste, and I didn't realize it was so spicy. So, you know, you're racing against the clock, and I finished it. I thought, oh, this is going to be great. And then I tasted it, and it was really spicy. And of course, Gina was ready to kill me. So I came up with making a raita, which is sort of like a tzatziki, where you put yogurt and mint and cucumber, and I thought that'll cool it down, and it cooled it down enough. Amanda Freitag thought it was delicious, but it was quite spicy for everybody else. But like I always told Gina, every time she brings it up and says, oh my God, it was so spicy. I said, yeah, but we won, Gina, it's okay. All right, I'm gonna add my plant-based chicken. This is where you would add your regular chicken if that's what you're using. Somebody jumped out of the pan. No, sorry, get back in there. You don't have to cook anything through right now, because right now we're just layering the flavors, and then once we get the liquid in there, it's gonna cook. All right, I have sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. They're great for you, and they're a wonderful flavor. I've diced them quite small because this doesn't need to cook a whole long time, and I still want them to have a bite when you bite into them and not be too mushy. And of course, we have to have our chickpeas. And that's it. All our ingredients are pretty much in. I'll add a little bit of sugar, fresh squeezed lemon juice or lime, and then I'm using coconut milk, and I'm using a mushroom broth. You can use chicken broth, you can use water. I just think the more flavor you put in, the better it will be at the end. So mushroom is going to add some nice flavor. You could add sliced mushrooms to this. Would be really nice too. You can see it'll already start taking on the color of the curries and the turmeric and that red curry paste. Now, if I think it's too thick, I'll just add a little bit of water. That's about it. I'm going to add just a pinch of salt because I'm going to go back and taste it after. Remember, I told you the curry does have salt in it, so I don't want it to be too salty. I'm going to let it cook for a while, then I'll give it a taste, and if I think it needs more salt, I'll add it then. You can see that our curry is bubbling away. It's been cooking for about 10 to 15 minutes, and what I'm looking for is the sweet potatoes. Are they soft? I want them soft, not mushy, okay? And these are perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and add, I put 3 tablespoons of cornstarch in some water, and I stir it until this is a slurry, and I'm gonna add it as I stir to thicken my stew. Now, you won't know how thick it's gonna be until it comes to a boil. Right away, you'll be able to feel that it's starting to thicken, and as soon as I feel that it's perfect where I want it, I'll go ahead and add the yogurt or sour cream, whichever one you're using. They'll both work the same exactly. Full fat is the best, you know, for the best flavor, and it will also slightly thicken it. It will also cool down a little bit of that spice. If it's too spicy for you, add a little bit more sour cream. I learned that the hard way. All right, I'm gonna turn off the heat. I'm gonna add my cilantro, which I've just kind of roughly chopped. I don't want little tiny pieces. I want fairly big pieces. I want you to see it. That's what's so pretty about a curry, is all those pieces of all the different things. You don't need to memorize any of this. Everything that I've shown you today, you'll be able to see down below. And check out my mini tutorials, like making rice. I'm gonna serve rice with this, a basmati rice. And if you're intimidated by making rice, check out my little mini tutorials and I'll walk you through it. All right, I think I'll show you how I like to serve this. you have it, my coconut chicken curry. And I've also made for dessert, I did stuffed dates. They're stuffed with a hazelnut chocolate and peanut butter honey green cardamom filling. And then I dipped them in chocolate and I just put a little bit of sea salt and pistachio on top. We have I didn't get naan, which I would normally get. I had pita, but you see how I brush them and I cook them and they actually taste really good. And then thank you Spice Adventurous for this recipe for Indian Cosmopolitan. And this is made with roux afza. This is a wonderful, you get this in Middle Eastern stores. It's found in India all over the place. It has flowers and herbs and vegetables and rose water. It's a very unique flavor and I think you'll like it. Let me try everything now. Ooh, I knew I'd like that. Fabulous. My mushroom risotto, not risotto, my mushroom basmati rice. It's still spicy. And how about our little chocolate covered dates? That is absolutely fabulous. I hope you make this especially. This would be even good for holiday giveaways for your friends at the office or anyone. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel. Check out my mini tutorials and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.